So let's go a little bit more broadly. Let's go outside and let's look at the market. What is, in your opinion, going on the market? Number one question. Number two is, and how you think the AI is influencing the space that you're operating in.
The market is definitely shifting rapidly with the advantage of generative AI. There is like early entrants like us. They have an advantage of being nimble and innovative and to quickly adapt what we build and how we build it and the technologies to enter this market demand. And I think it's really easy to see that there is a really high demand for generative AI. I think every startup or every company is like, if you go to the main homepage, like the website of Salesforce, you will see AI, Copilot, the Einstein AI. I think it shows that there is a big demand to those features. If big companies that have access to a lot of users understand that this is the right messaging that they should show right now. Like we said in the beginning, there is no doubt that the area of business operation and leveraging business data in order to drive revenue growth, it cannot be so mundane and like have so much rely on analysts. So I really think like the market is going there, the demand is over there. Lots of product is doing many adaptation and trying to form their product in order to leverage the AI and generative AI to answer this demand.
I was just at a day and a half conference, and I think there were 6 sessions that had AI in the title. So it is certainly a buzzword, and I think to your point, like, being an early adopter of it, but also, not having been around for a very long time beforehand, it's really easy to really build a platform from the ground up on AI. I think what as a company that's been around for 15 years where I am, I'm like, we have an AI product. It's not generative AI, but
Yeah,
we should be using AI for ourselves. We should be thinking about how do we leverage AI for go-to-market tools and other tools we're using. And then we should think about how do we make it easy for people to interact with our product. We're not going and building a product from the ground up using generative AI right now. And so it's just an interesting time where you see new entrants entering and really doing cool things and older companies trying to like figure out how do we fit into this. It's exciting. We needed something to, like, spice things up in the industry.
yeah, and also in the end of the day, I think like tech giants and big companies, in order to bring innovation and technology, they're using M&As and not necessarily developing it now. So, and there is a reason why. Like, I worked at big companies in my life. I worked at Intel for many years, and I can understand why it's happened. It's really hard to move things when you are like in huge ship. And it's much easier when you're small and adaptive. And exactly like Dimitri says, when you're 5 people or I don't know, 10,000 people. So it's different to navigate the ship.
Yeah, it's exciting to see that M&A opening up more, right? Like, we're seeing it more and more and pick back up after a few years where it wasn't as exciting for the industry.
The M&A is opening up, but we are still far away from the moment when the AI will be part of the M&A. That market is still in its own infancy, and there is a demand for that. And I think a lot of these big players, when you listen to these investor relations calls, I was listening to Salesforce recently, Asana,
Yeah,
a couple of others. I think they failed to fit the expectations of the
yeah,
analysts and the market on the AI picking up in the product. And big part of that is that the customers and the users, they haven't figured out how to really get there.
yeah,
There's this like an interim step in between where there's an element of productivity, old way of doing things versus AI. And I'm trying to figure out where are the elements of my daily productivity tasks that
yeah,
this AI can apply,
yeah,
right? And that's not settled, and that's hard to do, right? So that's why this narrative actually didn't resonate well. If you look at the Salesforce stocks, on one day, that thing went down by 50,
yeah,
$60, right? So that's substantial.
yeah.
Asana didn't go up after their narrative, even though they were more honest about that. Nevertheless, my point is, I think we're still far away from the moment when the AI becomes a big part of the M&A equation,
Definitely.
because the practice around that needs to be settled.
Yeah, I do think it's like it's something we will see more and more starting from 1 year or even 2 years from today. I think today, like there is not a lot of product beside ChatGPT, OpenAI, that are truly innovative in terms of generative AI, and like they're like leading the market. And I think this is the first step. Firstly, we will see companies that is really bringing something like extravaganza to the table, really good product based on generative AI, and then we will see more and more M&As and etc.
We're in the building phase, right?